Hey guys, what's up? My name is Shannon. This is Planet 386. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. And if you're returning, welcome back. I hope you guys will consider subscribing. I noticed that I have seen quite a few new members or subscribers, and I really appreciate you being here. The whole point is to make a little planty community, just some new folks to talk plants with. That's my goal here on YouTube, and just to show you what I do with plants in my collection and how I grow, and share tips and tricks. So hopefully that sounds good. You'll stick around. And today's video is super exciting because we're going to be talking about Anthurium. I'm going to be showing you all the Anthurium in my collection. And I have, I think, around 30 Anthurium now, which is kind of crazy because probably 8 months ago or so, I think I had 0 Anthurium. I want to say the first Anthurium purchase was in June of last year. They actually terrified me. I thought they were so beautiful, but something about their beauty made them seem scary to me. And so I purchased my very first Anthurium, and I'll show her to you in just a second. And she has done nothing but amazing things. So she pretty much inspired me to purchase all of the other Anthurium that I have now. And they have quickly just become my favorite genus, honestly. There's several other plants in my collection in different genuses that I do really love, but overall I think my heart belongs to Anthurium. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here she is, the one that started it all for me. So this is my Anthurium Crystallinum. I actually featured her in my very first video on YouTube. She's like one of my I would say top 3. She does have some berries coming, which is pretty exciting. On both inflow, which actually, I think these are now called infructescents, I believe, because they are with berry. But yes, she's got this leaf here, which is just so beautiful. All of her leaves, really. And then she's putting out this new leaf. And this is an offset. So she's just busy all the time busy. In fact, I did make a pretty risky move moving her into or out of the Barina cabinet. I just put her here today because she's just, with this new leaf coming, she's just not gonna fit in there anymore. Some of her lights are kind of already really super close to the grow lights, so I'm just kind of hoping that she's gonna like this spot and that it's not too much light. But she does get quite a bit of light in this Barina cabinet here, this one right here. So I think she'll be okay here. It is a dreary day here in Florida, so this is not a direct representation of the lighting that we do get in this window. But yeah, I think she'll be fine. And then I figure while we're here, we might as well go ahead and cover this one. So this is my Anthurium Hookerii, and she has a new leaf coming down there, which is very exciting. She just gave me this leaf, gosh, maybe a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, probably like 2 weeks or so ago. But it seems like now that she's really happy, she's just sort of taken off. So really, really beautiful. I think she's striking. And then I'll show you up here is my Vittarifolium. So this is my big one. And I mean, her leaves are just, they're just crazy. This is one of her newer ones. And yeah, I do think she has another leaf on the way. I did recently just up-pot her into this pot here. She is in a nursery pot within this pot. So I'm not expecting a whole lot in the next month or two, you know. I'm just really kind of expecting her to settle into her new little pot and start expanding her roots and things like that. But I just love the way that she looks draped over this cabinet. And honestly, the first 3 Anthurium that I've shown you here have been super easy, super duper easy. And I would recommend all 3 of these to anybody interested in Anthurium, but a little scared of them. So it is a Thursday, and this little box just came. I did not expect it to come today, so I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty much just in time because I'm going to be filming my Anthurium. So these 2 will be added, and I thought I would have to add them in later on, but it doesn't look like it's going to go that way. So this is from the Green Escape. Literally just got it. I have never ordered from the Green Escape before, so this is kind of a Green Escape unboxing, I guess, at the same time. And pretty excited about it. I actually did just talk about this. I want to say in my last video, I talked about getting them. And I think I flashed a photo of what they were going to send me on the screen. In my recent houseplant. So they're officially coming in today. Some paper. They gave me this little card, some planting instructions. And these are our 2 little guys. I hope they're all right. Oh my God, they're tiny. John is here watching me unopen these.
Are they tissue cultures or?
No, they're little plantlets. Good question.
Plantlets, I like that.
I do like the little slips. Oh, she's cute. My God, he's so little. I knew they were gonna be small. I knew that. So he looks good. He just needs, you know, some water. But this one is the Forgetii. He's so little. And they just wrap them, it looks like, in tape. And
It looks like it's cellophane.
yeah, plastic wrap.
Yeah, plastic wrap.
And it looks like just a little plug. He does have some decent roots, which is good. That gives me hope. I'm not going to unwrap him here because it's going to make a mess, but I don't know if you can see them. There are some little roots right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and get him potted up pretty much right away. As soon as this is over. And once I get them potted up, I will show you in the Anthurium video either before this clip or right after this clip. Probably right after this clip. And then this one is the Villaneorum. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But what I like about this one is the just the patterning, the venation on the leaves. I should have just let John open these, let's be honest.
Doing fantastic.
It's like one of those things where you don't want to squeeze it too hard, you know? You don't really know where he is in there. I did look at reviews, and I did look at like reviews with photos just to see, you know, a better understanding of what I would be getting.
Do not remove the mess.
I'm pretty sure this isn't the right plant.
What is it?
This looks like a long boy of some kind. This is definitely not the plant that I ordered. So that is interesting. This is looking like a... This looks to me more like a Veitchii, or not a Veitchii, a Vittarifolium.
It's a good guess.
But I definitely ordered the Villanorum, and they even wrote it on the paper. So I will have to reach out to them because I already have a really nice mature Vittarifolium. So that's a little disappointing. Is there something else in here maybe? Am I missing it? I'm so confused. So I did reach out to the Green Escape. If you guys hear dogs or John or things, life's happening in this house. We live here. But I just wanted to let you know. I did reach out to them. I sent them a message, and for now, I have just potted up this guy here. So what I think happened is I think they sent me Anthurium Vittarifolium instead of the Villanorum. I hope I'm saying that right. So I reached out to them. I sent them a message. I have no news yet as to what's going to happen there. But for now, I've just potted him into a nice chunky mix. And then same thing with this guy. I'm pretty sure this is the Forgetii. I could be wrong. I'll have to relook at the pictures, but I think this is Forgetii, and I've just potted him up in that same mix. I think he looks so cute in this little pot. It's a little disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. You know, it's not the end of the world. I already have Anthurium Vittarifolium. I have a large one. I have actually shown her already in a video, but we'll see her again today since this is an Anthurium video. And I just kind of wanted to give you a little recap on what was going on with that order. So next is this guy, recent pickup. This is Anthurium marmoratum. And I recently picked this up at EFG, which is a local nursery. I talk about them a lot because I go there a lot. And John actually just got me this cute little pot. So I think the two of them look super cute together. And so far, I've had her about a week. So not much to report. Recent purchase. Just talked about her in my last video, so I won't stay too long on it, but something about these leaves, honestly, I mean, that was pretty much it for me. Once I saw these leaves, they're velvety and just delicious. The lobes, I mean, what's not to love? I especially love this little guy here. Can you see him? He's so cute. Oh my god. So cute. Next one is one that I'm just kind of reaching for it. Is one that I got not recently. I recently rehabbed it. And I just can't even believe. But this is Anthurium Magnificum crossed with Papilillaminum. And this is the newest leaf she's given me. It's just now hardened off. But this plant gave me a whole run for my money. So this was pretty much the first Anthurium that I have ever tried to rehab. I brought it home from EFG. It was doing amazing. And then it just went on a downward spiral super quickly. It sized up quite significantly, and that leaf never fully hardened off, and it just kind of melted, and unfortunately I ended up losing all the leaves. I had to go back to just the chunk, and I put it in this situation here, which is pretty much leca, pon, like my homemade pon, and then some moss on the top. And as you can see, she's just like loving this. So yeah, this was the first leaf that she gave me, which came out very wonky. And then she gave me this one, which is just like so beautiful. I've shown her quite a bit already on the channel just because of her journey and what she's taught me, and really just how striking she is. And then this is the most recent leaf. She's so beautiful. There's really just nothing about her that doesn't just draw my eye to her. Just how crystally her veination is. Just, I mean, I don't know. She's so pillowy and fluffy, I guess is the word. And I'm just really enjoying watching her size up and become this version of herself that I haven't seen yet. So that's really exciting. And I think she's actually going to just take my Crystallinum spot in the Brina. That's where she's been living, but she was kind of like cramped. So yeah, I'm excited to give her some more space. We'll see how that goes. Okay, this next little batch, this is kind of a mixture of, I have like a new one and a couple rehabs, things like that. So this one is a hybrid from PlantsNPamperin. And so this is Crystal Red Michelle and Ace Crystal Red. If I know that's a lot, right? But so she does have a little bit of, yellowing going on this leaf here. This is one that I ended up having to remove from soil and putting in this glass vessel. I've had a lot of good luck with no drainage and doing this sort of layering method on plants, on Anthuriums, I should say, that I've struggled with. This method has really worked for me. So basically what I'll do is, if it's like down to the chunk, I will start it over in moss. I've had really good luck with that. I have some that I'll show you that I've just started out from moss. And then once they're, coming back in the moss, I will kind of put them in this sort of situation. And that's worked out really, really well. This is an example of one of them. So this is her newest leaf. I have had some issues with spider mites, unfortunately. And it's just been the battle. It's just been like on my weekly waterings, spraying them down and, hoping for the best at this point. But yeah, I'm really pleased to say that she's really come around. And I'm pretty happy with the way that she looks. I'm excited to see what she turns into. It looks like she does have another leaf about to pop out of here. This leaf is almost hardened off. And it does look like she got hit by the grow light there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but this one I'm really excited about. Just the hybrid itself is fun. Next up is a Zara Self. And I'm pretty excited about where she's at. She does seem to be struggling a little bit at the moment. I'm not really sure what that's about. But she isn't in my semi-hydro mixture. That's pretty much what she's been in since I got her. I did get her as a teeny tiny seedling. I think this is all that's left of her original leaves. So I'm just kind of hoping, it looks like both of these points here are fizzling out, unfortunately. I was hopeful that this leaf here was going to do something. But I don't think it's going to. This is definitely one I'm going to have to keep my eyes on, and hopefully I won't have to just like restart it from scratch. But if I have to, I have to. Beautiful though. It's already showing beautiful colors, and when this one throws emergent leaves, they are so beautiful. Okay, here's an example of one that I started over in moss. So this is SKG Crystal Silver and Bessier Af. I do believe I did purchase this from PlantsNPamperin as well. Don't mind the gross looking pawn. She seems to not mind it, obviously. And I'm not really ready to move her just yet. But yeah, she's coming back. She's looking beautiful. This is a new little leafy. And she was looking like, I think this one didn't go back to the chunk. It just, I think I lost all of the leaves. So yeah, I guess it did go back to the chunk, but I don't believe I started this one over in moss, and I've just kept it closed, which makes me think it didn't lose all its leaves, because I would have started it more than likely over in moss, but a lot of it's been experimenting too, honestly. And then this one here is a recent purchase. I haven't messed with her at all. I did recently just talk about her in my last video, so I won't stay too long on it, but since that video, she has thrown out this amazing leaf. I am like shocked. It is striking. I want to get some pictures of it today. Oh my gosh. So this one is Anthurium Papilillaminum. I just recently got her from Equagenera, and actually she's not even, when I got her, she was like a 21 days and under, like imported 21 days and under type situation. So it made me really, really nervous. And so far she's doing really, really well. I mean, I'm only seeing a little bit of yellowing, like around this leaf in particular, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, it's to be expected. I don't even know what I expected, honestly. And it looks like she does have a root coming down here. So once she finishes this leaf, I will probably pot her up into my mixture. But I'm really, really pleased with what's going on here. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and put her back in the cabinet. I've had her in the Farina cabinet. And I think I just want to get her back in there because I'm just like afraid, you know? Okay, next is Doc Block Michelle and Self. This is another rehab, obviously, but the chunk looks good. He's throwing out some new leaves. And I promise not all of them are sad, you know? There's a lot of water in here, I know. But the Barina I just watered, and the Barina sucks up so much water that, honestly, it won't stay full like that. So, next is this guy. This is the little Forgetti Eye hybrid. And this one, you can see, went all the way down to the chunk. That's not even looking so good. But he's throwing off little offsets everywhere. So I've had him in 100% humidity. And I'm just kind of letting him reestablish himself. I will probably take him out of here soon. I'm gonna let him get a few more leaves, you know, 2 more leaves I would say, and then I'll take him out of here and pot him into something a little better. But for now, he's looking good. He's coming back. We're happy about it. And then the last one that's kind of super sad is all of these in this little jar. But this is kind of, you know, a little situation or scenario that you can throw together to rehab Anthuriums if ever you run into a situation. A lot of these babies I got, you know, they were all plantlets. And, you know, some do well, some don't. So I find once you start them over in your conditions, usually it's smooth sailing from there, at least in my experience. This is kind of the crucial point, and if you can get past that, usually you're good to go. So let me find a few more, and I'll be right back. Next up, I have Anthurium Palllidiflorum. I cannot tell you how much joy this plant brings to me. I love strappy Anthurium. I love my Vittarifolium so much, and I had been craving this one for a long time. I found him recently at Equagenera, and this is his most recent leaf. I brought him home while it was unfurling, and I shouldn't even be touching it, but there's just something so irresistible about it. I don't know. it's almost hardened off. I don't really see it sizing up a whole lot more. And I know he doesn't look amazing, but I think with just some love of TLC, I've already, repotted, which I know that's such a controversial thing, but I just put him in this orchid pot here. That way I can really keep an eye on his roots. I've been keeping a little reservoir in here so he can drink when he needs to, and yeah. So far, so good. He seems to be acclimating pretty well. I have him in the Barina, and I don't know. I just love him so much. I think he's so cute. Next up is my queen Anthurium. She's also relatively new to my collection. I got her maybe a month and a half or so ago. I want to be better about like tagging, or when I'm tagging, also tagging the date of when I'm getting my plants. I usually photograph them, but just to have the date right on the tag would be so smart, right? But yeah, so I got her at Equagenera, and I am pretty obsessed with her, if I'm being honest. She's another one that I look at pretty much every day, just checking on her, just kind of like enamored by her. You hear how fussy these can be, and I've had nothing but good luck so far. She's given me 2 leaves since bringing her home, and I recently just potted her up into my chunky mix with just this clear pot so I can keep an eye on her roots. She does feel pretty damp, but I did just pot her up. I was waiting for this leaf here to harden. I don't know, maybe like 2 days ago. But yeah, I think she's looking great, and I'm pretty proud of her. So yeah, that's her. Next is another one that is sort of coming out of this like rehab mode. This is the last leaf off of like what was the main stem, and it's since put out this little offset, and it looks like it's going to give me another leaf here soon. So that's pretty exciting. This is Dark Forgetii and Ace Crystal Red. Another one that seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, once it grows out a bit. So hopefully he's on the mend and on his way out. I had been playing around with my semi-hydro mix too. And in the very beginning, like the first ones that you saw that I was rehabbing, I think I had made the mix possibly a little too chunky, and I've since added a couple ingredients that I think have made a big difference, and I'm seeing that in the way that things like this are happening. So like I said, a lot of it's trial and error. This is one that I recently purchased from EFGOrchids. This is called Titan's Fingers. So this is a cross between Anthurium Titanium and Anthurium Fingers. Excuse me. I love these leaves. I think they're so fun. I think this is going to be really interesting to see as this, grows into something. We don't really know what it's going to look like. It did put out this really interesting leaf. It never really became anything. It gave me this super long petiole, and yeah, the leaf seems to just be melting, but it is giving me a new one here. And this petiole looks pretty thick, so I think this is definitely taking to the substrate, and I think we're on the up and up from here. So hopefully I'll have some pretty cool updates on some of these plants, in the future. And then this one here is an example of one that just really took well to semi-hydro. And what I'm, seeing is they seem to really love this leca reservoir. You can see these beautiful roots. And this is actually a no ID. We don't know who she is. But I just love these leaves as they're starting to come out, and you know, she's giving us more and more signs of who she's gonna be. Look at this super long, narrow. I love that. Yeah, I'm really, really into her. I love how dark she is. Yeah, and I'm super curious. She is from PlantsNPamperin, and they love this little moss topper. The roots just love that. So yeah, exciting. So for like reference, this plant here I got around the same time as some of those ones that are now rehabbing in that jar, that big terrarium sort of jar. I really had decided that I wanted to grow, you know, most of my plants in semi-hydro. So I just pretty much started potting plants into the semi-hydro mixture as I would get them. If you've been around in previous videos, I talk about how I like to just go ahead and pot plants pretty much as soon as I get them. I know that's super controversial, but I have overall, you know, pretty good luck with it. It's hit or miss. I mean, I can't with the fungus gnats, you guys. And honestly, I don't have to deal with them anymore. I do have plants in soil, but I only use like Fox Farm. You know, I only amend it with really good ingredients, and I've just had really good luck. Up next, I have this cute little Rad Lux hybrid. So cute. So he hasn't done much for me. Literally nothing, actually. This is one of the first Anthuriums that I got, and he's just been chilling. Also with bonus Alocasia corm. Have no idea how this guy got there. He just sprouted up on his own. So yeah, we got this cute little guy. I think it's Aslanii, pretty sure. But yeah, we do have a little growth point, so there's something, and I just have him in this little terracotta. Repotted him not that long ago, so I mean, his roots look good. It wasn't really about that. I just think he's so stinking cute. I've heard that these are a little slower to grow, but yeah, this is my Radicans Luxurians. Next is another little hybrid. This is a Clarinervium hybrid. This is also from Blue Moon Tropicals. I don't know if I said on the last one, but that one was from Blue Moon Tropicals 2, which is another local nursery that I absolutely adore. They also have a website and they do ship, so I highly recommend, if you're checking this out, maybe check them out. They do have Facebook, Instagram, all the things, but they're just wonderful people. And I attend their open houses every single time they have one. And I think I picked this guy up at the last open house. It could have been the one before that. I'm not sure. But anyways, I just think she's so stinking cute. I saw her on the bench and I was like, I think it was this leaf. And I literally couldn't leave without her. Her leaves are just slightly velvety. This was her most recent leaf. And it took a while for me to get this leaf, but once I got this leaf, it's not taken me that much longer, and I've got another one here kind of on the way. Hopefully you can see her. And I just think she's so beautiful. I love her leaves, just everything about her. So yeah, excited to see this new one, and I'm hoping that she comes out without any, you know, issues, but that one did kind of come out over the winter, so just probably lack of humidity. Next is my King Anthurium, my Veitchii, and he's just hanging out in terracotta. He does need a repot. I feel like I repotted him not that long ago, but this guy just seems to grow like nobody's business. Hopefully you can see how pretty his little leaves are. Not so little anymore. He does have a little offset coming too, which is exciting, but I definitely think I need to just at least, you can see how he's not very stable here. I need to at least cover this part with some moss. if nothing else. But I've noticed too, he's drying out a little quicker than normal. But yes, another easy one, fun one to grow. And then next is another hybrid. This is a Dark Ace F2 crossed with Black Beauty. This is from PlantsNPamperin. Newest leaf right here, which is still super, super soft. So I'm trying to be super gentle, but it is stunning. Like these emergent leaves, so, so beautiful. And it looks like his sinus is closed. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this leaf looks hardened off. Obviously, this guy's gone through some trouble, but he's hanging in there, and I think we're on the upswing. I think I see some nice roots in there, and I think, you know, we're coming into the growing season, and I think we're going to be smooth sailing from here. That is my hope. Another one, this is a dark mag hybrid. We don't know. Also from PlantsNPamperin. These two leaves are not looking so great, but we do have this gorgeous leaf here, most recent one. This is another really beautiful, like, I don't know, there's just something about, it's a little different than anything else that I have. And he also has another leaf on the way. So I think I need to top his moss off a little bit. He probably could stand for a larger vessel here pretty soon. We'll wait for this leaf to unfurl, and then I will probably go ahead and get him into a larger pot. And we'll see where that takes us. Another hybrid, this is Magnificum crossed Forgetii. This is from Pea Planted. They are a local grower here next to me, and they actually gifted me one of their little Anthurium hybrid babies, and I was so honored to have it at the last plant swap. So that was super exciting, and I'm loving his newest little leaf. It is a little concerning that it is yellowing down here, but honestly, I did just upsize his pot because I felt like he needed it. Roots are looking good. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's just kind of settling in, you know? So cute, so cute, so cute. So I have two left in the house and my regale outside. So this is Anthurium Spectabile, and I do have it in this basket. It was pretty tiny when I brought him here, and despite him looking all right, it's definitely time to get him out of this net pot. I'm gonna go ahead and soak him today and just let him get nicely, you know, watered, and then I'm gonna go ahead and decide what pot I'm gonna put him in. This is definitely not an Anthurium that you see all the time, and I liked that about it. I liked his unique sort of strappy leaves, and just that you just don't see him all over the place. So yeah, I don't know, he's fun. This is just kind of how I had him, with just like some mesh and some moss. I just kind of like how wonky he is. And then last but not least, I just set him up on the couch, is my Anthurium Clavigerum. So he is one that I got from EFG not so long ago, and he is just absolutely massive, as you can see. I'm gonna try to show you his most recent leaf, which has just, I mean, it's actually unbelievable how much they size up these leaves. And the fact that they, I mean, this is one leaf, and I love how it's split like that. The bigger the leaves, the more splits. And so, actually, this is his most recent. I'm sorry about that. Still a little soft. It's kind of like not even in the frame. It's so big. There you go. It's definitely a waxy leaf. And you can see this has 4 instead of the 3 that I just previously showed you. And it looks like he's well on his way into giving me another leaf. Yes. And when these leaves come out, they are so interesting to watch. It's almost like a tortum. If you're familiar with Philodendron tortum, it's kind of like that. They just kind of come out and they look so crazy, so creepy. But they're definitely an easy Anthurium. I've had absolutely no struggles with this guy at all. And I went ahead and put him in this method of, you know, leca, semi-hydro, and moss. Beautiful roots going all down throughout this vase, which is exciting to see. And it seems he's really enjoying his pot. I almost forgot this one. This is Anthurium Cobra. This is one that John just recently picked me up. I recently just talked about him in my last video, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on him. But in the last video, you could see how burgundy his leaf was, the one that's coming out. And now it's pretty much just fading right into the green like the rest of the plant. I don't know. I'm really into him. I think he's a lot of fun, actually. The color of the emergent leaf is really, really beautiful. And I did go ahead and pot him into a larger pot since John brought him home to me, and I think he just looks so cute in here. Yeah, I really like him. And this is my Anthurium Regal. So this leaf is her newest leaf. It's just now hardening off. As you can see, she has been suffering the winter blues, and I can't take credit for her if I'm being honest. I got her from PlantsNPamperin, who a lot of those plants that you saw, my Anthuriums, like the hybrids, have come from. And so she had 3 leaves when I brought her home. She was a pretty nice sized plant. In fact, those 2 leaves are 2 of her originals, and then she has given me this one. But this came over winter, so you know, and she's acclimating. But what a stunning, stunning, stunning plant. And I'm really excited to see where we go from here. I think we're definitely on the up and up now. I definitely think that the other leaves are pretty too. I'm trying to show you, but see, they have some browning on the edges. And same on the other side. But I think we're on the up and up, and I think now that she's settled into her new, you know, environment, she's acclimating to the pergola really well, I think she's going to do all right. That's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. I do plan on continuing this series and kind of going through my collection, just sort of showing you genus by genus what I have. I also know that there's some folks out there that may not be interested in seeing certain genus, so it's just an easy way for them to kind of go see what I have without having to go through an entire houseplant tour. I do plan on doing a houseplant tour towards the end of this sort of series. Stay tuned. Hopefully I will see you guys then. Until next time, bye.